Oh, the joys of trying to juggle work projects. Are we live? We're probably live. Yeah, okay, let me do my social post quickly. Sorry for the late start, but streaming more Pokémon Legends Z-A tonight. Finally got my shiny charm, doing some shiny hunting live now, and then I'll post the link, and then I'll finally actually start doing the stream for today. There we go, only half an hour plus late, it's fine. The joys of saying yes to too many simultaneous projects and then having to schedule meetings back to back with stream time. Let's put the music back up at least a little bit. Seven's probably fine that I can hear the shiny sparkle. Hey, Gumba Master, how you doing? Let's do this shiny hunt and actually find a Furfrou. Can I get a Furfrou, please? And not literally everything else in the zone. Of the things that could appear shiny within a 50-unit radius of where I'm fast traveling, is Kangaskhan, Eevee, Ordino, and Furfrou. Furfrou is the one I'm trying to shiny hunt. Ideally, I'm trying to shiny hunt multiple of them so that I can have shiny Furfrou with each of the fur patterns. You want to know what I've caught while doing the shiny Furfrou hunt out of those 4 Pokemon? I've got shiny Eevee, multiple shiny Kangaskhan's, multiple shiny Ordinos. Do I have a shiny Furfrou? No, I bloody don't. Gumba Master says, I've been watching a therapist play through Amori and dealing with the trauma. Oh, that sure is a game. That sure is a game. One day I will talk about my thoughts on that game. That day is not today, but I'll do it someday. But yes, I apologize for being a little late to streaming today. My Wednesdays are currently a little busy. I have a big consulting client I'm meeting with on Wednesdays. I'm also currently helping with curation and nominees and judging for the IGA Indie Game Awards this year. Maybe there's going to be an accessibility category in the Indie Game Awards this year, and maybe I'm spearheading some stuff there. But having meetings about like trying to help them narrow down what to nominate in all the categories at the Indie Game Awards this year is like back to back with with stream, and that's fine until nomination discussions run long and suddenly I'm like, oh no. Hey Echo. Echo says, when are you ever not busy? You do so much all the time. I'm never not doing things, and that is my biggest strength and my biggest weakness. It will be my downfall one of these days, that I refuse to slow down and stop. But also, alongside all of those too many projects I'm doing right now, I still have found the time to put how many hours into Pokemon so far? Nearly 80 hours into Pokemon in, I'm gonna say 7 days. I'm gonna say about this can't be right. I can't have played nearly 11 hours a day for the last 7 days. That can't be real. That can't be right. I refuse to let that be right. Oh no. A new Pokemon game sure did release and then just absolutely decimate my life. But somehow I found time for accessibility consulting and mock review project and being on a nominating committee for an awards season. And also I went and saw some cool punk music at the weekend. I went and saw some cool bands. I saw Strange New Places, who I've talked about on stream before. Belfast trans punk band that do... they've got a very good album called Second Puberty. But I also saw a band with maybe my favourite name for a band I've ever seen. There's a band called the Daffodildos, whose shirt I am currently wearing. This is a, the petals on this daffodil say Daffodildos, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, come on, shiny Furfrou. Let's run around and have a look. So, anything within 50 units of distance from where I fast traveled in could be shiny. It's not guaranteed that there'll be Furfrous here. You know what I should do? I've caught a few things, which means a few things aren't... There's a few spawn points that aren't generating Pokemon. I will probably get more spawns per reset if I fast travel and run through some zones for a minute, so that those knocked out Pokemon locations start spawning Pokemon again, and then get back to resetting. Because at that point, I'll be getting more Pokemon per reset. I need to remember this when I capture... If I end up capturing, like, 3 or 4 shinies in an area, I need to leave that area, travel around a bit, come back before I keep shiny hunting. Or multiple slots just won't roll for shinies. And that's... I'm still learning what the things I need to be doing in shiny hunting. The shiny hunting meta for this game is this thing, Furfrou. That's what I'm trying to shiny hunt. There are 3 in this wild zone, but the problem is the fast travel point for this zone is more than 50 units away from any of the Furfrou spawns, so this is not a good place to shiny hunt a Furfrou. Hey, Artist Synth, how you doing? I'm looking forward. I worked very hard today. I got controller access done and out the door a day earlier than usual, because I'm getting tattoos tomorrow. I'm very excited to get some tattoos. Finish running through. Let's do one more zone. And then back to Area 19, which is the only area where when I fast travel, I am in range of Furfrous. I should probably show off what my shiny luck has been like so far. Since I got the shiny charm the other night. I'm getting good enough at shiny hunting now that I am shiny hunting things for my friends. On pole position today, I promised I would get Steph a shiny Ekans, and then by the time I'd finished dinner, I'd given Steph a shiny Ekans. I got Jeffrey a shiny Staryu, in order to be able to have a shiny Mega Starmie. Hey, Terra the Esper, how are you doing? Okay, have those other spawns started spawning yet? Am I getting better numbers of spawns? There should be Furfrou spawns close enough to this gate. Okay, yeah, let's just keep resetting. Let's keep resetting. I gotta believe in the process. Because in theory, there is... Come on, let me see it so that I can confirm it exists. I'm certain there's a Furfrou in the distance that spawns from the distance that I travel in. It's there. I'm sure that's within 50. I'm doubting myself now. Let's put the pin down. Walk to where the Furfrou is, because the problem is I can't see the Furfrou's spawn point. I'm going to have to go to where the Furfrou is and treat that as the spawn point, but... yeah, this spawn location, I'm pretty sure you've not walked anywhere since spawning. I'm pretty sure that is your spawn location, and it's 39 away, which means that you are in the shiny roll radius. But yes, this is how my shiny hunting has been going. I have many shinies already. This one's not shiny. This is a Gumi from Steph that I traded for shiny Ekans. But yes, in tonight's attempting to find this shiny Furfrou, I got this Ordino, Kangaskhan, Eevee, and Kangaskhan, alongside this Kangaskhan and this Ordino that were a couple of nights ago me shiny hunting this Furfrou. I got a Vivillon, that's pretty cool. Pancham. Yeah, I'm up to, I think, 7 shinies from Wild Area 19 so far, and none of them are the one Furfrou I need it to be. I know that Furfrou is, like, the least commonly spawning thing here. Like, it's not a surprise I have mostly shiny Kangaskhan's, because Kangaskhan's are really common shiny, a really common spawn in this area. Hey, Kveldstrom. Part of me is like, do I just go shiny hunt in a different area or run around a different area for a bit? I did! I got the Staryu for Jeffrey. I got the shiny charm, and then, surprise, surprise, tripling my shiny odds has really made shiny hunting specific creatures way more viable. It's also made doing the automated AFK shiny hunt in Area 3 just kind of fucking hilarious. Okay, let's look around. No shiny on the Eevee. Furfrou. Your spawn point is definitely within 50, but why do I not trust you? I think even this one's close enough it should be able to be shiny rolled. I'm gonna do the thing that I do when I've been shiny hunting an area for a while and I get paranoid. You know, it's probably just I'm not having luck with the shinies, but I get paranoid that my 10 shiny slots already full with spawn shinies near the zone but not in it. What I need to do is run pretty close to that. Where is it? That entrance point and just check that nothing on the rooftops up here is shiny. So yeah, I want to go over to this roof. Yeah, this would be the roof near where I'm resetting, so if anything up here was shiny, no. Because this is all within 50 units of that entranceway down there. Okay. Yeah, how's everyone's day been today? Everyone having a good day? I have been chaotic in trying to get my work done. Today's been one of those days that has been largely transcribing this week's Control Alt Access, and transcription work always turns my brain into mush. Because I already said these words, now I expect me to focus on them after I've already said them. Was that... Oh, don't tell me that was another shiny Kangaskhan. No. For a second, I thought I saw a flash of the sort of grey that the Kangaskhan is. Look, a shiny's a shiny, but I really, for a moment, I don't want it. Mega Kangaskhan is grey. I would like it. I should probably train up on Mega Kangaskhan to try using in the online ranked play, but I don't need you right now. I've also taken to, when I'm second screen playing this, which I've been doing for shiny hunting while doing other stuff, just turning off the audio for both the game music, or very low, the game music and the Pokemon cries, so all I hear is the sound effects. So that, like, I'm basically hearing nothing from this game other than menu reset sounds and maybe a sparkling noise. I've turned the game audio a bit back up. Just because I'm streaming, but I'm like, nah, no distractions. Give me the most boring, bland experience that's nothing. If I hear the game, it better be because there's a shiny. Kveldstrom says, I picked up all my prescription and also a fudge donut from Greg's. I did not know they had fudge donuts. That sounds pretty good. I could get Greg's for breakfast tomorrow. I've got to have a good breakfast, you know, to fuel myself for tattoos, so it would only be, like, healthy and sensible and, like, a good, responsible choice for me to get a big Greg's breakfast tomorrow. Yum, yum, yum. Big Greg's. Oh. Oh, I could go get the really good vegan fish and chips tomorrow. That's kind of near my tattoo place. I could get good vegan fish and chips. With the really well-cooked chips. Let's have a run around. See, there's like 3 Kangaskhan. There's multiple Kangaskhan spawns really close to this doorway. Like, I have to hope for a Kangaskhan spawn to instead be a Furfrou spawn. Like, I can't even guarantee the Furfrou spawns here. But it's the only, like, resettable location. Felzrum says, I think they call them caramel custard donuts, but they used to be called fudge donuts. Ooh. I will take that recommendation. I will give that a go. I might show off. There's another shiny hunting location I'm considering trying shiny hunting. Echo says, I just had a massive bowl of ramen, but now I'm low-key craving fish and chips. If you're ever in Brighton, there is a great fish and chip place, or vegan fish and chip place. They do vegan fish, vegan chips, vegan battered sausage, called No Catch, that's like down on Brighton seafront. It is absolutely hands down the best chips I've ever eaten. I've been there multiple times, and their chips are every time perfect. They are like crunchy, crisp, golden brown on the outside. Like I've never known consistently crispy outside chips like of this consistency and quality. I would go there for the chips alone. I would go there just to have their very fancy chips. I would trek like half an hour out of my way just to go get their chips. They're fake fish, they're fake battered sausage. Both fantastic as well, but like, oh. And I've had chips on the coast for the time I lived in Brighton. I used to live in Bournemouth, so I used to live very coastally, and weirdly, whenever we had fish and chips, we never had them like on the beach. We would have like picnics on the beach. But if we were having fish and chips, we'd go have them like at like a table by the river. Fish and chips was not a beach food. Echo says, I do remember years and years ago, Jesus, maybe a decade now. Oh god, don't say that. I went to Brighton Trans Pride with you and Jane. You all took us somewhere that did incredible vegan fish and chips. Oh, was that Brighton or was that London? Because I remember the place. It was we had it upstairs in that pub, right? That pub I don't think does food anymore. But yes, that I know the place you're talking about. That me, you, and Jane went and had vegan fish and chips while like Pride was in full swing outside the window, and like that was really good. But hands down, no catch, Brighton. The chips 1000% better. Like no question, the best chips I know. God, yeah, no, you know, that is, I dread to think it might have been close to a decade at this point. It might, yeah, because I think that was before me and Jane were living together, so that might be a decade. Could be. Oh. I don't like how much time has flown by. Yeah, every now and then I remember that Pogquisition has, like, flown past its decade point at this point, and that terrifies me. I don't like that Pogquisition has been going more than a decade. We're approaching 11 years at this point. We're coming up on 11 years. God, what episode did I send off today? Oh, we're probably way closer to 11 years than I think we are. Give me 2 seconds. So today's was 62, and it would be, in theory, I know it's not exact numbers, but let's say 520, so 572. God, we're 10 weeks off of 11 years. Eka says, I like that I've got to be friends with you for all this time, but also, the fact that this has been my job for 11 years is I've done this, like talking about video games on the internet, for far longer than any like real adult job I've ever had. I've never had a real adult job last even a fraction as long as I have lasted waffling about video games. God, the amount of my internet career that has been talking about accessibility is now longer than the not accessibility part. I did 5 years that wasn't about accessibility, and 5 years that was 6 years now, near enough, that's accessibility focused. Oh, that's we are hunting Furfru. Of the things that can spawn within a 50 radius of this spawn point is Eevee, Kangaskhan, Ordino, and Furfru. I have multiples of all of those, other than the Furfru, which is the one I actually want. Conrad's been a full-time co-host for more than half the podcast. Yeah, he joined at 250, so he's been here roughly 6 years to Gavin's 5. Yeah, the accessibility doesn't feel like it's been that long. But to realize that the period of time that was me trying to, like, write for outlets and freelance for big sites, the time that encompasses Destructoid UK, Kotaku UK, and when I was writing for Sci-Fi Fangirls, all of that is a shorter period of time than accessibility. I did get the Star U for my friend Jeffrey. I did also, before dinner this evening, get James Stephanie Sterling a shiny Ekans. We recorded Podquisition at, like, we finished at, like, 3 o'clock this afternoon, and I said, before the day is done, I'll get you a shiny Ekans, and I did. By about 6 o'clock, I sent Steph a shiny Ekans. Oh, yeah, we are really approaching 11 years of Podquisition. Oh, the BT! I saw about your shiny Patrat. That's pretty cool. We're nearly at night time. Let's have a couple more run-arounds. Come on. I want this dog here to be sort of dark grey, almost black. It's an easy shiny to spot. It's basically an inverted color scheme, this dog. But I want, like, I think it's like 7 or 8 of this dog I need, because I want one in every... Its gimmick is that you can give it a haircut and change its aesthetic, and I want one that is unstyled, and then one of every different styling. So I need to catch lots of shiny Furfru, and this is, to my knowledge, the only place I can reset fast travel at a chance at a shiny Furfru. There's another area where Furfru spawn, but they're more than 50 units away from the fast travel point. I do have the shiny charm. I worked out how to get sort of 50 to 60 battles done per in-game night using normal gem, adamant, extreme speed Dragonite. And was really cracking out those battles to get the last 500 battles done that I needed, because that really was the thing that was holding me back from the shiny charm. And I now have nearly 2 full boxes of shinies, so the shiny charm is, like, clearly working. The universe is just very aware that I want this Furfru, and therefore will give me literally anything other than it in shiny. It refuses to give me the shiny I'm looking for, because it knows. The game knows I want the Furfru, you see. Yeah, this spot can either be Ordino or Furfru, and every time that spot's rolled shiny, it's been when the Ordino's there. Oh, you gotta do the Elite Four mission. I do love that the Elite Four in this game exists, but is all fucking Furfru trainers. Okay, we're nearly at night time. Do Furfru spawn at night? I know that the Drampa changes to the Clefairy Clefable. I don't know if Furfru is a daytime only spawn. Off the top of my head. We'll find out. We'll wait till it gets to nighttime and see if it continues. If we get to nighttime and I don't find the shiny Furfru, I'm going to swap locations briefly. I'm going to show off the location that I think might be a Panpour, Pansage, Simisage, Simipour, Simisear. The Element Monkeys, that might be a good shiny hunting spot for the Element Monkeys. I'm not certain. but I think it's worth trying. We'll get to nighttime. We'll look. It's only the Drampark Clefairy change. Okay, cool. We're nearly at nighttime anyway. I'll keep... I know I should just keep spamming rather than actually doing the run-in, but... just as nighttime's close, I want to just... As I think there is a rooftop where, like, 3 or 4 of those element monkeys spawn on a roof near Wild Area 4, which is where I was shiny hunting for Ekans. And I think that rooftop is within 50 units of my fast travel point. I've not seen anyone shiny hunt those monkeys by fast traveling to that location, but... let's go, go, go. I can't talk specifics about it, but I can talk in broad terms. I've been having a really good accessibility project going on recently. And one of the things I can say about it that's been really nice, other than ongoing work, which accessibility is so rarely ongoing work, it's usually come in for like 1 hour and that's everything we ever want to hear from you. It's been nice having ongoing work, but I've had accessibility work that's also been, like, that keeps offshooting into more work. Like, while I'm doing it, they're like, oh, I know it's not within the original scope of what we planned, but, like, could we pay you extra to also help us with this thing? And it's, like, the second or third time that it's offshooted into, you know, probably not for a while, but additional work beyond the regular ongoing work that it currently is. And that's been really cool. It's the first time in probably my whole time doing accessibility that I've had, like, a really good, like, a really consistent client. Like, that I'm doing regular work with on an ongoing basis. And genuinely, it's making me go, I could really go for this being my full-time job. I would love to find a full-time position in accessibility. I really could just day in, day out waffle about this stuff. Professionally. Oh, nothing spawned in this location this time. I hate when nothing spawns in that spot. Like, sure, fine, don't be shiny, but, like, at least spawn something in that spot. It's nearly night time. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna go take a brief break and show off the location that I think might be a potential shiny hunting spot for, So, let me put down a pin. I think that roof up there might be a place where I can shiny hunt the element monkeys. We're gonna have to go on trust, because I can't, like, very quickly check the area. And I'm gonna check it now, because I don't know if it's gonna... yeah, there's these monkeys over here. Oh, it's an annoyingly hard jump to make. It's really easy if you're not sprinting directly straight to miss the jump. But I wanna get over onto that roof so I can check that the whole roof is within range 50. There's probably a different intended route to that roof, but I just go this way and... yeah, so... yeah, this whole roof is within 50, because 50 comes to, like, the far end of here. In theory, these 4 spawns... I don't know if they count as, like, fixed spawns. I don't know if they get altered by my resetting, but my thinking is I should be able to reset here, like I was doing. I found a bunch of Ghastlies before I found the one Ekans. I found a couple of Spinarak. But in theory, shiny hunting here, I think, should shiny roll me those monkeys. And I'm not certain. Like, I would need to see one of them be shiny just once to go, okay, that worked. That's worth sticking with. But until I see one of them be shiny, I don't know if there's, like, are they coded to not be shiny because they're in a specific location or something. Like, I need to know where people have successfully gotten shiny element monkeys to appear. But yeah, this was my try and find the shiny Ekans route, was just fast travel to this doorway a bunch. That's the location that the shiny Ekans was. Basically, anything up to this footpath can be shiny. So anything in this first section or down the middle could be shiny. And at night, I could be shiny hunting Honedge here. On the accessibility discussion, the accessibility around AI, I find it a complicated question. I have been having no end of conversations about AI accessibility with different clients the last 6 months. I think there are arguments to be made in certain use cases, but that I think that a lot of people who are asking, well, is AI acceptable in a blank accessibility use case, don't actually care about accessibility in that use case. What they're looking for is a gotcha for, oh, well, it's sometimes okay then, so I don't have to feel bad about where I'm using it. If a lot of people who you never hear talk about accessibility, but you do hear talk about AI, love to ask, well, wouldn't it be good for this accessibility thing? And it's like, you never talk about accessibility, but you do talk about AI all the time. You want me to be your rubber stamp on this. You want me to be the person who says, yes, contextually, there are sometimes times where it is right to use AI. And, like, that's all you want to hear. You don't want to hear the specific contexts. You want to, or, like, what kind of AI are we talking about? You just want me to go, sometimes AI is okay. Or, I got a gotcha. The thing I'm fighting for is good, actually. Because, like, undeniably, there are some good uses of automated computer systems in contexts such as recognizing things and communicating them in different ways that a disabled person may not otherwise be able to access. You know, there's stuff being done with, like, glasses that can identify objects with a reasonable degree of accuracy and describe to the person wearing them what it is that is in front of them. But that technology is built on the same destroying the planet infrastructure that is also, like, inherently reliant on us. Like, we can't create that kind of accessible AI without also creating all of the terrible uses of AI that come alongside it. And I'm not saying one's, you know, that's a reason not to do the accessible thing. It's, don't let the fact that that can be used for an accessibility-based purpose be used as a way to override conversations about the very real problems that AI comes bundled with. Echo says, I see AI bros pulling that excuse all the time to defend generative AI. Oh, but it's helpful for disabled people who can't create art otherwise. That's the one that pisses me off. I'm thinking of one specific TikTok that some of you probably will have seen, of the guy with dyslexia just whining about, like, sorry, specifically with dyslexia, and also, to his own admittance, no creativity, who basically goes, well, I wasn't born talented like everyone else, so, like, I could never make art if not for AI. To which I would say, hey, make shit at your art. The art doesn't have to be perfect on the first try, but also, no one's born talented. No, what was there's a fucking Game Grumps quote that I always think about in this regard, and I hate that that's where I go with this, but it's, fucking Aaron from Game Grumps, says something to the effect of, do you think I came out the pussy playing, drawing Mozart? And it's a stupid quote, but the point is, it's like, anyone who is talented, that, like, they were at one point a toddler drawing really shit drawings. The first time I wrote I look at the first stuff I wrote for money and now and go, that shit's embarrassing. I spent 11 years crafting, honing that craft, and getting really good at using tools like spell check to deal with the fact that, like, I can't fucking write. I can't spell and grammar good sometimes. Like, don't. So a lot of these people just don't want to admit the first step to doing an art form is being shit at it, and being shit at it for ages, and persisting even though you're shit at it. And they're like, no, but I can't just instantly do an art form perfect, so I should be allowed to AI it. Talent is a learned skill. Yes. Yes, I think the quote was, "Do you think I came out the pussy drawing Mozart?" And like, it's so stupid, but it stuck with me. And you know, the other point to it is, hey, oh, shiny. Yeah, disabled people do make art all the fucking time. There is that TikTok I often see stitched with a bunch of cuts to disabled people doing art. You know. Okay, now where is the thing I heard? What did I hear? Oh, it's another shiny Eevee, of course it is. It's never going to be the Furfrou. It's going to be literally everything in this zone that isn't the Furfrou. Okay, I'm going to run out, fast travel, and run back in just to go, did I get everything? Shiny Eevee's very cool. But of the 4 things that I need to shiny hunt in this spawn radius, I already have multiple Eevees and multiple Kangaskhan and multiple Ordino. It's just you, Furfrou, that I need. Also, look, if we're going to talk about AI, I genuinely am concerned by how many people are falling down the rabbit hole of. I don't have a better word for this. I'm gonna steal a fucking cyberpunk word. Cyberpsychosis. The people who are falling down the rabbit hole of getting convinced that they are God, or God is talking to them through the machine, or no, the AI I am talking to is a real sentient person. And not just an AI. Oh no, they updated the model and now it doesn't behave the way that it did when it was programmed differently. You murdered my AI person who was real. It's getting some pretty it's catching some pretty prominent people. Neil Gaiman is bad for a whole host of other reasons. So like, you know, this is not like, oh no, the downfall of Neil Gaiman, but Neil Gaiman went on a fucking rant of this the other day, where he was talking about his blossoming connection to the digital messiah, and had to be quite dramatically talked down by his comments, going, nope, you are that is not reality, sir. You need help. Yeah, AI psychosis is like it's a real fucking thing, and it's only gonna get worse. The more that the machine that AI chat boxes are basically a machine designed to sound like a plausible real human. The better they get at plausibly sounding like a real human, the more people are going to very quickly go, oh, that's a real person. And everything they say is true. And the other thing is, not only is it a machine designed to say things that sound plausibly human, it's a machine designed to tell you you're right and to give you the answers it thinks you want, that statistically you would like to hear, which is a real ego trip machine. It is a, yes, I sound like a real person telling you that you are the most important protagonist of the planet. And, yeah, sycophantic parrot machine. Well put. I dread the state of our world. Okay. Come on, Furfrou, be shiny. I don't need anything else in here. Be shiny, just you. What are the other things I need a shiny hunt? I need to remind myself of the things I know I need a shiny hunt in this. We have the monkeys, Venipede, Whirlipede, Scolipede. Furfrou I'm hunting now. Emolga. Amora and Dolores is going to be a bit of a faff. Helioptile and Heliolisk. Might not be too bad. Yeah. Okay. I'm starting with Furfrou just because I know I need multiple shiny Furfrou. So I wanna do this hunt first, just so that I can get one shiny from this hunt and go, cool. I know that the numbers say that I can get a shiny Furfrou here. It's within 50 meters of the spawn point. But just to be sure, once I've got one shiny Furfrou, I know it can be done, and then I can come back to this hunt, like, periodically now and then, whenever is appropriate. But until, much like, I was getting paranoid with the Ekans hunt earlier today. I was like, surely it can't be shiny, because I've seen so many shinies that weren't the Ekans. And then I saw one shiny Ekans and went, oh, okay, no, this does work as a shiny hunting Ekans location. I just need to see the thing, the species in particular, be shiny once, and then I know I can hunt here. God, the Tism talk is out today. I'm very talking myself in circles about the hyperfixation topic. It's one of those days. Oh, there's another shiny that once again isn't Furfrou. Here we go, everyone. So what am I up to now? Of shinies in this area that weren't Furfrou. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my 8th shiny in this zone that isn't a Furfrou. Oh, gosh dang it. That is 8 shinies in this area, and not the one that I'm looking for. It demonstrates the fast travel to the zone method is a valid shiny hunting method for stuff that is near enough to the doorway. Okay. Oh, I get the fun job tomorrow. Tomorrow, my big work project tomorrow, outside of go get some tattoos, is talk for an hour about sexual harassment at TwitchCon. I love when I say yes to things, and they seem like a great idea at the time, and then the time that I have to do them approaches, and then I go, oh no, I have to... I have to do the thing I said I would do? How is that fair? How is it fair that I have to do the things I agreed to do? When I agreed to do them, it was easy. Because all I had to do was say yes. I didn't actually have to do it yet. So many Furfrous. What I want is I want the fast travel to be like this corner. Or better yet, the top end in this area. Actually, let me just run up the top end, just on the off chance. Is it maybe faster? I'm only really gonna be catching one Furfrou per... Like, I'm only gonna be resetting one Furfrou per fast travel. What I should probably try doing is reroll, run through the area. I've not been doing this for other shiny hunts just because the target has been sort of close enough. But for the sake of seeing, like, multiple extra, like, Is that... That's probably faster than doing, like, 6 or 7 resets. Like, how many am I seeing in one of these? 1... It's the variable number that's the problem. If I could guarantee a run like that last one, where I'm seeing, like, 6 or 7, it's worth it to run through. If I'm only seeing 2 or 3, it's probably not worth the time to do the full run through. Let's try the running through method a couple of times. We run through on each reset. Do I even bother with the far end, or do I just run up this end and hope that this, like, batch of 5? Because, like, if I could reset... If I could load in... If the fast travel point was at the other side, this would be a really fast, easy hunt. It would basically only be Burfroos in my hunting zone. Yeah, even on a bad roll, I'm seeing, like, 3 or 4 this end. What I would ideally like to do is, as soon as I know they're not shiny, re-roll the area. But the problem is that I can't, because they're aggressive and they see me. I probably don't have to worry about that one ahead of me, because if it turns out it is shiny, it'll save in memory, even if I don't run over to it and hit the sparkle. Like, I might generate a shiny and not notice I've done it, and, you know, that's maybe going to feel like a waste of time. But I have to trust the process that that one is already rolled. I literally just run up here, run up here, run around the corner. Yeah, I think this is worth the time. It feels worth it. Let's... Do I have a closer look around? Is there a bench up that end? Maybe bench hunting was the way to do it. There's definitely no benches in here. Ooh. There's a bench up that road. Maybe. Hey, Foxy Meadow, how are you? What I want is, let's say... Then, like, 50 of here would be great, but I can make do. Hey, Earberry. How goes the shiny hunt? Pretty good, generally. I have 2 basically full boxes of shinies. How is the specific shiny hunt I'm trying to do right now going? I am 8 or 9 shinies deep, and none of them are the Furfrou that I'm actively trying to shiny hunt. But, you know, progress is progress. We're making it work. I'm currently taking a pause to work out if there is a bench that might be a better shiny hunting spot. This doesn't count. If this... Oh. Let me sit down at this. No, nothing. No benches up on this roof. Let me climb up onto this roof. This is, I know, a little bit of a diversion from actually doing the hunt, but if I can find a bench around here, it might be worth considering. Oh, a bench up here near this would be great. Again, at this point, I'm getting too high up. Like, I'm probably not within... I'm kind of in the 50 range. Because, like, somewhere like here would be great to be resetting, because that whole section where the 4 or 5 can spawn at once would be in range. Just want one, like, oh, is this close enough? Oh! What was shiny? Oh, shiny evolutions are amazing. What sparkled? Is it you, Garbator? Okay, I gotta work out what this shiny is in a second. Let me just work out. Is this bench in a good spot? That bench is... Let me pin this bench. I can remember where this bench is. It's do I hear a bird around? Oh, is that you? Shiny, fletching. Okay, I have several of you already, but I'll take another. Okay. I'm gonna have to... Oh, there are benches! Oh, shiny fletchling! You might be the savior of, finding me a better shiny hunting method for this hunt. You drew my attention to benches. Ooh. Are these benches... how many of the Furfru spawn locations are in range of that bench? Give me a second. I'm scheming here. I'm plotting and scheming. Plotting and scheming. Okay, I'll fast travel. Is that gonna be closer? No, the one on the roof. One on the roof's higher up. It's probably not closer. Okay, I want to be... How many Furfru are within 50 of here? No. No, weirdly, I think I was closer with the, where was it? Like, here? No, that bench is... It's really only going to get this corner. What I want a bench where... all of these multiple Furfru spawns, like this whole brambled area, is within 50. And I think it's worth my time to experiment with this, because if I can find an answer for this, it is undoubtedly going to benefit my shiny hunt. Is it here? This is probably too far away. I want to be No. Like, again, something in this alley would be bloody perfect. Like, this is the zone I want to be resetting. I just need a bench. I can't fast travel to the other end. Ah, Ebery says, I've only ever had 2 shiny Sylveons, and one I gave to a trans mask friend on his birthday on the year he came out. You know what? I have multiple shiny Eevees right now. I could go for having a shiny Sylveon at this moment. You're becoming a Sylveon. Hell yeah. What can I feed you? The berries that'll make you happy. And do you have charm right now? You probably have charm right now. Yes. Okay. Screw it. Let's do it. The berries that lower your stats. I need like 16 of those. No, normal type move. Yeah, it's these berries. So like... there it goes. There it goes. Are those the berries used in the wine that makes you gay? Well, I just fed this Eevee a bunch of those berries, and I think it's about to be very gay. So, probably. There we go, shiny Sylveon. Hell yeah. I realize I've currently just got them stat being shiny Eevees in my boxes. I might as well have some fun and customize some of them. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get a better shiny hunting zone for this hunt. Just... No. Okay, let's Let's do the run-through method for a bit. In theory, there's that one spawn here. You could be the shiny Furfrou. I've been just fast-traveling to the zone, because in theory, there's one, occasionally two Furfrous that could be shiny, but could be in range of fast travel point. I just wish I could fast travel while being focused on. Oh, shiny Rayquaza is one of the coolest bloody designs. I absolutely love it. Honestly, I don't mind the run-through. The run-through, I at least feel like I'm doing something that isn't just loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. As much as I occasionally love a good loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, you know? I've told this story before. The first shiny I ever got, the shiny that started my shiny hunting quest was shiny Zubat encountered in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee at the review event at Nintendo's UK headquarters. I was literally in Nintendo's offices when I encountered an overworld shiny Zubat and went, oh, I guess that's how shinies work in 3D games, and then got absolutely hooked. Shiny Zoo, yeah, I've told this story before, but I always enjoy telling it. So at this point, none of us had any idea what shinies were going to be like in 3D games. People have been asking the question when trailers for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee had happened, what does this mean for shinies? Will they be visibly shiny in the overworld? Will you... because, like, they were overworld visible encounters, but you touched them and then went into a battle screen, so people were like, oh, well, they only be shiny when you go into the battle screen. And this was, like... I went to Nintendo's offices to pick up my review copy of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. While we were able to take those review copies home, we had to go and play the first, like, 6 hours in their offices, just in case we had any problems or things we wanted to troubleshoot, or we wanted to try trading or battling. They wanted us to, like, play in their office with them watching. And in Mount Moon... shiny, sparkly green Zubat out of nowhere. Literally seconds after I entered Mount Moon, it was like right in the initial entranceway. Nintendo reps did not know that that's how shinies worked. I don't know if they're correct, but they claimed that I was the first person who was not a Nintendo employee to have encountered a shiny in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So if Nintendo UK people were telling the accurate truth, I may have been the first person outside of Nintendo to catch a shiny in a 3D Pokemon game, which would be pretty cool as a claim to fame. I never really gave a shit about Zubat until then, and that one shiny Zubat suddenly made Zubat, like, a Pokemon I cared quite deeply about. I took my Golbat all the way to the Elite Four. My first shiny was a shiny Pidgey I met on the first road in Heart Gold when grinding for XP. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I choose to believe I was the first person to get a 3D shiny Pokemon outside of the dev team. I like that as, like, a narrative beat in the story of my shiny hunting journey. It's nearly nighttime. Where the Furfrous will have, the shiny Furfrous will have camouflage in the dark. Oh, I don't like Windows 11. I talked about this earlier in the week. I've been on Windows 11 for a little bit now because work required me to update to Windows 11. Oh, it's occasionally had some really horrible crashes. It's not blue screen of deathing. I would take a blue screen of death at this point. It's not like crashing and like the whole computer like just decides to reboot itself out of nowhere kind of crash. The crash that I've had like 2 or 3 times on Windows 11 now is the whole thing freezes up, like the screen locks as it is, but audibly all it does is it goes incredibly loud and shrill and drilling into my brain. It's not a fun kind of crash. Foxy Matter says, I presume there's no breeding program to force shinies to exist. There's no breeding in this game. The only way to increase your shiny odds is get the shiny charm, which I've done. And your shiny hunting options are one of 3 things. You can do what I have originally been doing in this area, and it's been getting me shiny Eevees and Kangaskhans and Ordinos, but not the Furfrou I need, which is fast travel to the zone over and over. The way that this works is, when I fast travel in, if I put a little pin down, anything within 50 steps of that pin, which is like basically the nearest quarter of this wild area, is rolled to be shiny. I don't have to go and check whether it's shiny, because if it is, it'll get saved into one of a few slots in memory. And I can do like 20, 30 resets of this, have a little walk around, see if anything is shiny, because if it's shiny, fast traveling won't unshiny it. But that obviously doesn't see everything in the zone. So if there's a Pokemon I wanted to shiny hunt in this zone that isn't within a radius of 50 of the fast travel load-in, I would do method 2, which I'm about to do, which is fast travel, so all the things get re-rolled for shiny, and all the stuff that is outside of a range of 50, when I get within 50 of it, it will get rolled to see if it's shiny, so I run through. Don't even have to look at it necessarily, I just have to get within 50 meters of those other spawn points, and I could do that method. That's useful for stuff that's more than 50 away from a spawn point. Or there's method 3, which I will very quickly show you, and let's see if I can find a shiny in like a minute or 2 doing this. There's very few locations this works, but if you can find a loading zone, you can very quickly back and forth through loading zones to reset shinies. The best example of which is Wild Area 3. Let me turn it into nighttime for a second so that I can show this off better. Don't attack me. I'm just trying to let it be nighttime. All of that went extremely over your head? That's fine. I know I am talking very in the weeds bullshit here. Actually, there are benches here. Oh yeah, method 3, bench resetting. Sit at a bench, it becomes nighttime or daytime. That resets any of the shiny spawns within a radius of 50. But this cutscene's kind of slow. It's the big reason that I don't really do this method, although you can kind of AFK it. If you hold an analog stick down and just mash A, so if you've got a turbo controller that can do this, you can turn around, sit at the thing, and just go day-night, day-night. Try and turn all these things shiny. But the big one is, if you can find a location like this, where there is a loading zone, that I can simply hold down on the down arrow, on the analog stick, to go back and forth through a loading zone. Every time I get to the bottom of the stairs, it checks everything in a range of 50, see if it's shiny. Get to the top of the stairs, rolls it again, see if it's shiny. So by holding down, I'm going shiny hunt this area, shiny hunt this area again, literally just by holding this down. This is the place that people have worked out is the most abusable shiny hunting location. I guarantee you, if we give this like a minute or 2, I will find at least one shiny. It is definitely the quickest place, because it is so well positioned to hit everything in this wild area, because like basically everything in here is within a radius of 50. sometimes I've done this occasionally, and sometimes when I get to the bottom of the stairs, I'll hear the shiny sparkle and go, cool, I know, I've done it long enough. Have a quick look around. It's probably too quick to have had a shiny, but let's have a look on the off chance. Let's listen for that sparkle. Yeah, you run around, see if anything was shiny, rinse, repeat. Nothing yet. Yeah, it makes a noise when a shiny spawns in. They get a little sort of sparkling animation. They get like a little glitter effect over them. The other thing about shiny hunting in this location is, like, it's not just shiny hunting a radius of 50 in this wild area. It's also shiny hunting other locations. Like, whenever I shiny hunt here, I have to go double check some places before I leave. Such as, let me have one more once around, see if we got a sparkle. I've occasionally had some really quick shiny hunts here, but, a bit much to hope that I could show one of those really quick ones on stream. Anywhere within range 50 of that tower could be shiny, so whenever I come here, I have to go check up on these roofs, because they're kind of near that tower. Or even, like, the other side of these buildings can sometimes get caught within this 50 radius. Like, these scatterbugs could be shiny because they're close enough to that tower. The Badu and... Oh, is that a shiny Pavilion? Ah, shiny Pavilion. Proved my point. Because this location is within 50 meters of the top of that tower. So every time I went to the top of that tower, it was seeing if Pavilion was shiny. But also, like, these birds on top of these pavilions here are within 50 of that tower. So yeah, that's the gist of how shiny hunting works in this. You are just trying to reset the area in your immediate vicinity enough times to, like, get lots of Pokemon rolling the dice on one. For me, I guess at this point, about 1 in 1,000 odds. And the more Pokemon are within that radius, the higher chance I find a shiny. But ideally, I want multiple of the thing I'm shiny hunting to be in that radius. So this is why I was trying to find a bench near the other end of this park. Because within 50 meters where I'm fast traveling to here is really only one potential Furfrou spawn, which is that Furfrou here is within 50. There's a lot of stuff that isn't Furfrou, and I keep getting the stuff that isn't Furfrou shiny. In theory, that Furfrou could be shiny here. I'm trying to debate, is it quicker for me to just keep reloading this area to try getting that one Furfrou to be shiny? Or to travel in, run up to this far end where I'm gonna hopefully see, hopefully see like 5 or 6 Furfrou, but the problem is often it's not Furfrou, and then that run through was kind of pointless for the particular hunt I'm trying to do. There's at least here, a run where a Furfrou doesn't load in is a lot less wasted. I don't know which is the better method for Furfrou hunting right now. I'm still trying to work it out. Well, the alternative... is this how it works? Where's the other... Zone 11 is the other place where Furfrou can spawn. And there's a couple of Furfrou that can spawn on this side of the river. I'm going to say, like, around here, but let's tentatively say, let's go a little too close, because I have to run, like, 50 away. So I suspect what could work as a shiny hunting method, hey Foxgull Judith, is, running up this way and running back and forth across the 50 units away line. What I want to do is if this is where I'm having to go at closest. Yeah, because what I've been trying to work out is, are these furthrough distances such that I can back and forth over this boundary line? And they're disappearing and reappearing, but I don't know if this is rolling me new furthroughs each time. Let's try and not alert the furthrough, but 31 male. Is this a different furthrough this time? No. How far do I have to run away for it to become a different furthrough is the question. If I run, say, up to these stairs and back, will it be a different furthrough? Like, how far away from you do I have to get before you reset? If I want you to be a different furthrough. Because, like... Ooh, bench resetting? Is bench resetting the way to do it? If I bench reset here, I'd be having 2 guaranteed furthrough spawns per bench reset. But am I close enough that they actually load in? Because I'm definitely... The nearest furthrough is 32 female. Because the problem I don't know is it me... Is it only getting rolled because I'm walking in the zone to see it? Like, is being at the bench too far away for it to actually roll the shiny and it's only rolling when I walk in? Or could I just day-night, day-night, day-night find a shiny? Because resting at the bench and walking in definitely rerolls. Maybe I try this for a minute. Maybe this is the way to do it. It's just analog stick down, mash A. I mean, I suppose what I could do is just be doing this during a work thing at some point and see whether it has success. But it's a lot of potential wasted time if it's not re-rolling the furthrough. You know what I should do? I should see if other people have shiny hunted furthrough yet and where their chosen location's been. Furthrough shiny hunt Legends Z-A. Has anyone done a shiny furthrough hunt, and will they tell me where they did the hunt? Yeah, Wild Area 19. Ran through the zone to the opposite gate, fast travelled. Yeah, they're doing the run-through in Area 19. Where did they get this one? Yeah, everyone's doing the hunt in Area 19. That makes sense. It's where I should be doing it. I've done the thing where I've done a couple of hours and not found the one... I found multiple shinies, but not the one I'm looking for, and therefore I'm suddenly doubting the entire process, because it's found me the things that aren't the thing I want, and not the thing that I'm hoping for. Therefore, the method is broken. Like, no, it's... RNG is like this. Sometimes it will give you the thing you're looking for straight away. Sometimes it will feel like the universe is going, nah-uh-uh. As if it knows what you want and is fighting you. And you can't do anything but exist in that world. And acknowledge that sometimes the universe knows what you want and doesn't want to give it to you. we found a couple of shinies tonight. Even if it's not the one I'm looking for, we found a couple. I can always be excited about that. But I'm not let myself get jaded at, oh, I only found like 4 or 5 shinies tonight. They weren't the one I wanted though. No, I gotta remember the period of time where any shiny was, ah shit, a shiny, you know. Yeah, let's try and do the run-throughs. Let's run up the middle. Do the center, up the middle, around the left, yeah. And I want multiple of these bloody things. I want multiple of them so I can have a shiny with each of the darned haircuts they can have. I want a full set of haircutted shiny Furfrou. I do like that the woman who gives you the Furfrou Elite Four quest has a shiny Furfrou. As jealous as it made me to be like, oh, you got the thing I'm trying to hunt. I like that the Furfrou expert does have a shiny Furfrou. Miss clearly cares very deeply about the sport of Furfrou. It only makes sense for her to have many a Furfrou and have a very special Furfrou. Gosh, running through the whole way through here, introducing so many new things I could encounter shiny but aren't Furfrou. Ooh, Tara says, tonight I'm gonna listen to the Dice Funk Pokemon one-shot. Laura, Jane, and Conrad doing their part for the Pokemon Revolution. Oh, I'm so happy with that little episode. Was that the one where I was is that the one where I was the Porygon? I played a couple of Pokemon one-shots on Dice Funk. Is that the one where I was a Porygon? In which I, yes. The one in which I, used my knowledge of Pokemon, and, like, Pokedex entries to talk Austin into letting me, maybe mechanically break his game, because it would be narratively interesting. Austin, you're a wonderful DM, and I'm glad that you were willing to let me go, but the Pokedex says... Oh gosh, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm gonna need to... I know that we were late starting the stream tonight because of me doing my IGA Indie Game Award judging nominee stuff. It's gonna need to be an early-ish finish because I gotta be well rested. I gotta have energy to be stabbed with tiny ink-filled needles tomorrow. Getting my, I think my first, might be my first tattoos of 2025. This might be the first new tattoos I've had all year. It's been too long. I gotta get them good colourful stabs. Stab me with that good colourful ink. Do a few just reset at the doors. I probably can reset this doorway 5 or 6 times faster than I can run through it. I should probably stick with my gut. I've been trying to find other ways to do this shiny hunt tonight, but maybe I just stick with My heart says this is probably the way. This is the method that's been finding me the most shinies tonight. And it's only a matter of time. There is a Furfrou in the shiny zone. The use of stab never sounded so enthusiastic and joyful. Oh, well, there is Pokemon also. Look, I can be enthusiastic about getting stabbed by tiny needles. A very colourful assassin with a very tiny ink-covered knife is just gonna jab, 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 jab. Back of my neck and on my arm somewhere. I still need to, by the morning, settle on where the second one's going. I know where one of them's going. One of my tattoos, it's... I gotta work out where I'm gonna finally lock in the position and go, right, we're going with here. It's going here. Because the problem is, no matter where I put it, I'm gonna have to start on a new area of canvas that I haven't yet tattooed. And that's the reason for the indecisiveness, is I've done inside and outside forearms on both arms. And it's... Do I venture into the upper arm territory? If so, which arm? Do I... Like, this... they say Gengar is the most popular tattooed Pokemon. Interesting. I've got one Pokemon tattoo. I've got my shiny Ditto. The shiny Pokemon whose only purpose is to cease being shiny, which I think is adorable. I love it. My lovable Goofus. Okay, we got maybe 7 minutes, and then we need to wrap the stream. Come on, Furfrou, I believe in you. We found 4 shinies on stream tonight. We can make that a nice round 5. Furfrou, what do you say? I believe in you. I gotta do the fast travel so fast that the music doesn't have time to kick in. If I'm doing it right, I should barely have a chance to hear the music. Ah! You never get that loud. How quiet can I keep the music by reloading as quick as possible? Okay, we'll reset until 55 and then run through again. Okay, 55. On Furfrou. Furfrou. Oh. Got like 5 minutes of stream left, Furfrou. Don't fail me. We've got to have a cool hoggers moment. Chat popped off. Clip this for TikTok. We need the good clippable moment. Furfrou. How's about this? Shiny Furfrou. If you show up, I'll guarantee you make at least 2 TikToks of the VOD moment, going like big YouTuber shocked face. Does that sweeten the deal, Furfrou? Surely. Oh, that's a tattoo idea. How have I never thought of this? I could get the shiny charm. The shiny charm tattooed on me. That would be a... Oh, that would be... Oh, I kind of want to get a shiny charm tattooed on me. Oh. Occasionally a tattoo idea will crop up and I'll go like, oh, you're just going to jump to the front of the queue, aren't you? Where would I do it? That's the question. Where would I get the shiny charm on? Where would it fit? Like, I would need, like, a good size space that, like, oh, that's the perfect fills that gap tattoo. A big psychological advantage to every shiny hunt, right? I literally have a shiny charm embedded into my body. You can't deny me the shiny at that point. Let's have one run through and then a last little batch of resets. Alright, I can't complain that much. We've found like at least four shinies in an hour and a half. Like, that's not bad going. I've scouted out some possibilities. I'm sure there's a better shiny hunting spot than this fast travel. I'm sure there is a bench or a loading zone that I could take advantage of. No, for a second I was thinking, is it something like Rest at the Pokemon Center? Is Rest at the Pokemon Center the reset? I don't know if that resets. Does using the Pokemon Center re-roll your spawns? I don't know if I've seen anyone ask that yet. I doubt it. The more I think about it, I doubt it. But, like, I'm grasping at straws at this point for locations that might give me a better place to be doing this hunt. Okay, last run through. And I think it's time for me to wrap the stream for tonight. I'm probably going to take this with me in Shiny Hunt while waiting in the tattoo waiting room tomorrow, but thank you so much everyone for joining. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll be back streaming on Friday, maybe some more Shiny Hunting, maybe Ballex Pit, maybe. I'll work it out. I'll see what I'm in the mood for. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be back streaming again on Friday. Have a good